is this beautiful and large design featuring flowers that hang off the bottom of your work. On this video, I'll teach you how to do the Clematis Edge. I'll be using a 4mm hook and some cotton yarn size 4 in 2 different colors. Okay, so for this design, we're going to start by creating the motifs separately, and then I'm going to show you how to do the header. So for your motif, you want to start by doing a chain 20, and then we're going to move on to row 1 of the motif. So for row 1, we're going to be skipping the first 2 chains and then doing a single crochet into the next. Now you want to do a single crochet into the next chain as well. So you have 2 single crochets here. Now we're going to do 1 half double crochet into the next chain. Now we're doing 1 double crochet into each of the next 2 chains. So into each of the next 2 chains, a double crochet. That's 1. And that's 2. Now you're going to do 1 treble crochet into each of the next 2 chains. So yarn over twice, into the chain, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. And then do that again, yarn over twice, into the next chain, yarn over, pull through 2 at a time. Okay. Now we're going to do a treble crochet 2 together across the next 2 chains. So what that looks like is you're going to yarn over twice, go into the chain, pull up a loop. You have 4 loops on your hook, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, and stop right there. Yarn over twice, go into the next chain, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, and stop. You're going to have 3 loops on your hook, yarn over, pull through all 3 loops. And that's your treble crochet 2 together across the next 2 chains. Moving on, we're going to do 1 double crochet into each of the next 3 chains. So into the next 3 chains, just 1 double crochet. That's 1. That's 2. And 3. Now we're going to be doing 1 half double crochet into the next chain. And now you should have 5 chains left. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Into each of these 5 chains, you're just going to do a slip stitch. So go into each chain with your hook and just slip stitch. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, and the last one, 5. Okay, and now that's the first petal of the motif. Now we're going to do this, basically repeating row 1 5 more times. The beginning of the row will be a chain 20. So I'm going to do this once again with you. So repeat the whole thing, like starting with a chain 20 and then all this repeat 5 more times because you want a total of 6 petals. So let me do my chain 20 off camera and I'll see you when I'm done. Okay, here's my chain 20. So let's begin the repeat. We're going to skip 2 chains and then do 1 single crochet into each of the next 2 chains. So that's 1 and 2. Then you want a half double crochet into the next chain. Then we'll do a double crochet into each of the next 2 chains. You'll notice I'm doing this faster. So this is 1 and 2. Now you want a treble crochet into each of the next 2 chains. This is my second treble crochet. Now we're going to do the treble crochet 2 together. So yarn over twice, into the next chain, insert your hook and pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. Do that again, yarn over twice, into the next chain, insert your hook, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. 3 loops on your hook, yarn over, pull through all 3. Now you're going to do 1 double crochet into each of the next 3 chains. So that is 1, 2, 3. Then you want to do a half double crochet into the next chain. And then you're going to have 5 chains left, into which you're going to do your slip stitches. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Okay, and I've got my second petal. We need 6 petals total, so I'm going to do that off camera. I'll do 4 more, beginning with a chain 20, and then doing the repeat back, and I'll see you when I'm done. All right, so I just finished my 6th petal here. Technically, all of the petals are row 1. So scratch what I said earlier that you could repeat row 1. Row 1 is technically all 6 petals. So we're going to move on to row 2 here, which was going to create the flower base. We're going to chain 1. And now you're going to do 1 single crochet in the base of each of the 6 petals. It's basically where you did your last slip stitch. So you're going to end up with 6 single crochets. There's like a little chain in between them. I'm going to go right there. So here is my first single crochet. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and this very last one's going to be done into kind of the first chain of the very, very beginning. Okay, and that's the 6th single crochet. Now you have like a bit of a base that connects the petals. And now we're going to move on to row 3. We're going to be creating a treble crochet together. So we're going to start by doing a chain 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And now flip your work. So we're going to be doing treble crochets together. I'll show you. We're going to yarn over twice. Go into the first stitch with your hook. Grab the yarn and pull up a loop. Yarn over, pull through 2. Yarn over, pull through 2. And stop right there. Every time you're going to leave the very last loop on your hook. Let's do that into each one of the stitches. So yarn over twice. Into the next stitch, insert your hook, pull up a loop. Yarn over, pull through 2. Yarn over, pull through 2. And to the next one, the same thing, yarn over twice, insert your hook, pull up a loop. Yarn over, pull, oh, sorry, I lost it. Yarn over twice, into the stitch, pull up a loop. Yarn over, pull through 2. Yarn over, pull through 2. And every time you're just adding that 1 loop to the hook. So I'm doing this with you because the last one's going to be a little different. I'm in the second to last single crochet here. And so currently I have 6 loops on my hook and 1 single crochet to go. Into this single crochet, you're going to do 2 of these legs. So yarn over twice, insert your hook into that last stitch, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. And you're going to do that again. So once more, yarn over twice, into the last stitch, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. And now you're going to have, let's see here, 2, 4, 6, 8. You're going to have 8 loops on your hook. Now you're going to yarn over, pull through all the loops. And that's going to give you that base. And that there is the end of row 3. And now we're going to do row 4. for which you chain 5. And you do a slip stitch into the top of the flower base. So into that little loop here that's been created, into there, insert your hook and just do a slip stitch. And you've created this kind of loop or little ring at the top of the flower. To secure it, you could go ahead and chain 1 and then cut your work. You can go ahead and cut off your yarn because you're all done with the first motif. And essentially, you're going to be creating as many of these as you need for your design. For the header, what's going to happen is the header is going to be a multiple of 20, and you need 20 stitches per motif. So I'm going to do one more motif, meaning my header is going to have to be a multiple of 20, so twice. So I'm going to need 40 stitches. I'll explain that once we do it, but essentially right now, do as many motifs as you want. Just know that when you attach them to the header, each motif is going to take 20 stitches, plus 1 for the base chain. If you do those calculations for whatever project you're doing, go ahead. Since I'm just going to be showing you, I'm going to do one more of these and then show you the header. Okay, I just finished both motifs. And so now to move on to the header portion, we're going to be using our next color, our color B, and you're going to create the chains that you need for the motifs. So again, you need multiples of 20. So you need 20 chains per motif. I have 40 chains plus 1 for the base chain. So I have 41 chains. I'm going to get rid of these now. And we're going to begin row 1 of the header. And for that, you're going to skip 2 chains and then do 1 half double crochet into the next one. And this row is simple. You just want to do half double crochets into each one of the chains of the foundation chain. So continue doing 1 half double crochet all the way to the end, and I'll see you when you're done. Okay, this here is the end of row 1 for me. I've done 1 half double crochet into each one of the chains. Now for row 2, we're going to do a chain 2, which counts as a half double crochet, and flip your work. And now we're just going to do 1 half double crochet into each stitch as well. So for this row, you skip the first stitch because a chain 2 counts as the half double crochet. Into the second, you do a half double crochet. And now you just do a half double crochet into each stitch all the way to the end. So this row is simple. You just do half double crochets. Now, one thing to note is that at the very end here, you have your turning chain, the chain 2 that you skipped in the previous row. You're going to go and do the last half double crochet on top of that turning chain. Again, because that counts as a stitch. So I'm going to do row 2 and finish off by doing my last half double crochet into the turning chain. And now after that, you're going to repeat row 2 3 more times. So row 3, 4, and 5 are going to be just a repetition of row 2. Follow the steps that I just mentioned, and I'll meet you when we are at row 6. Okay, so I just finished row 5. You've created this border that's a little thick. And now once you finish row 5, we're going to change to our color A, the one that matches the flowers. So you can go ahead and introduce it to your work again, and then cut off your old color. Now we're just going to be working with this. And from here, we're going to begin row 6. You're going to chain 2 and flip our work. I'm just going to cut my old color here, leaving a tail so I can weave it in later. Now row 6 is going to be basically the same thing as before, just with our new color. We're going to be doing a half double crochet into each stitch. So skip the first one and then work a half double crochet all the way down. I will see you when you're done this. Okay, I'm almost done the row here. I'm just going to do my final half double crochet, which will go into the top of the turning chain. Sometimes these can be a little tight, but we're going to go into the top of the turning chain with a half double crochet. And now that there is the end of row 6 for me, we're going to begin row 7, and this is the row where we're going to attach the flowers. So you can go ahead and bring them close to you. We're going to begin row 7 by chaining 2. So 1 and 2. And flip your work. We're going to do 1/2 double crochet into each of the next 9 stitches. Let's skip the first one. Into the next, do a 1/2 double crochet. And now into each of the next 8, you want to do a 1/2 double crochet for a total of 9. So I'm going to do that quickly here. Okay, that's my 9th 1/2 double crochet. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, and now we're going to join the petal, and this is how you're going to do it. You're going to yarn over, put your hook through the chain 5 space of the first flower. By the way, this currently is the right side. So you want to make sure that your flower is facing the right side. The petals are kind of curled towards the right, towards this side. That's how you know that that's the right side of the flower. If it's looking like this, then that's the back side of the flower. So make sure that your petals are curled facing the bottom left, the bottom right. And so anyways, we're going to yarn over, go through the chain 5 of the flower, and then go into the next stitch of the border. Grab the yarn and pull through. And from here, complete your 1/2 double crochet. You're still joining it with a 1/2 double crochet. And now you're going to do a 1/2 double crochet into each of the next 20 stitches. So I'm going to do that off camera. I'm going to do 20 1/2 double crochets after joining the flower, and I'll see you when I'm done. Okay, I just did those 20 1/2 double crochets here. And so that's the end of the repeat. The repeat will basically start by you joining the flower. So yarning over, going through the chain 5, and then into the next stitch, doing a 1/2 double crochet. And then you would do 1/2 double crochet into each of the next 20 stitches. So let me just join my second and last flower here, yarn over, into the chain 5 space, into the next stitch of the base, grab the yarn, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 3 for a 1/2 double crochet. And when you do that, you're going to get to the very edge, and you're just going to have to do 1/2 double crochet into each of the next and last 10 stitches. So we're going to do that, remembering that the very last one goes into the turning chain. That's the turning chain right there. And that is the end of the edge. You could technically continue to grow it if you want. Like if you want to add more rows using this color, then go ahead. In my case, I'm just going to finish it off here. And this is what you would attach to your work. You could do it with the same thread, or you can sew it however you would like. Now you can go ahead and cut off your yarn and thread your ends through. Okay, this one is so wild, you guys. I didn't thread my ends because they're all on the same side, but look how cool and huge. So you're gonna get these dangling kind of flowers off of your work. I feel like you don't necessarily need to do that in a different color if you don't want to, but that's what the design said. So yeah, really cool, adding lots of, well, texture to your work, but also just a fun design. Hey, while you're at it, why don't you just subscribe to my channel? Just do it. Just do it.